Oopsie. That's criminal summoning while the fake sun is directly over my hotel window at what is 3:28 p.m. That's how you're recognizing, first of all, demons that as they exhibit it while they sound sirens, that's recognizing the state that's creating audible activity in the demonic environment, exhibiting demon possession in doing so, and they do so to criminally facilitate, that is, enable the entire population to group stalk and engage in federal stalking, that is surveillance, in concert with that state. That's again Jeremy Dean over the Hesperia district of the San Bernardino Sheriff's Department, Shannon the demon that's over the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department. You have Daniel R. Muncie, the demon that's the fire chief over the San Bernardino County Fire Department. While the entity is engaged in federal stalking, is the inspiration behind the use of audible activity, the use of lights on an emergency vehicle, is sirens and light activity while the sirens are sounding and the lights are on, and they're pacing around in relevant position, that is group stalking by the state, and the identity of the target individual is where the light source is, and it's remaining over me, over my head in the same hotel room, which I'm going to show you in this video, which I already captured. The entity is inspired by this right here. While I am capturing what this entity is doing, what the San Bernardino County Fire Department is doing, what the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department is doing, what CAL FIRE is doing, what Karina is doing, okay? What the entity is doing that is group stalking by staying in the hotel, what the entity that is making money while group stalking, all in relevant position. That includes these third parties, including, let me be clear, let me speak to some of these third parties that are documented engaged in the pattern of conduct that's engaged in criminal summoning. And it includes the third party that is the 76 gas station at 12720 Main Street. They're in relevant position, group stalking with the state that creates light activity, audible activity, and is in relevant position just as 76 is in alignment to my physical location. And you know that they're engaged in state surveillance and federal stalking because they are engaging in what is the elements of monitoring, light activity creation, and also what is audible activity creation while the population's amplified audible activity, as I document, is heard inside of my hotel room. The demons that are group stalking in traffic, group stalking filling up their gas tank, group stalking driving all around the gas station at 76, group stalking with their hazard lights on at 76, group stalking while going onto the grounds, working at 76, the placement of the venue of 76 itself at 12720 Main Street in Hesperia, California, 92345, is engaged in federal stalking, criminal summoning while the entity sounds sirens and use lights on emergency vehicles while being demon possessed, engaged in criminal surveillance because they are aware of what it is that I'm about to publish on the venue of the internet regarding the sex offense that it itself is engaging in. It's the same entity, but literally San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department and San Bernardino County Fire Department, who are group stalking with the demons such as Karina, who group stalk in the hotel rooms all around me, including room 306, as I documented this morning, while I'm subject to bathroom monitoring inside of the private space and an ongoing crashing of noise. That's how demons who are not a part of police departments and fire departments create audible activity. The demons that are a part of the fire departments and the police departments that engage in audible activity, they sound their sirens. And it's called criminal summoning. And that's the inspiration behind the federal stalking that's underway, and the entity engages in activity creation. And so this is the video this is captured regarding the criminal conduct that Jose and Sons Landscaping were engaging in under the fake sun, which I documented in screenshot also on this day, where the light source is at 11:14 a.m. directly over the top of my head, which is what I'm capturing. Today, on September 12, 2024, the fake sun is directly over the top of my head, not only at 11:14, but even before 11:14 a.m. I'm documenting it outside of the hotel window. I'm walking outside to the entrance of this hotel in Hesperia, nowhere near Los Angeles, where the pattern of conduct of the light source that's not possibly the sun is over my head in conformity to a pattern of conduct where I'm subject to sexual violence by the government, who's sounding sirens, which you heard, and Jose and Sons, which represent the people of the state, the demons such as Karina, who are group stalking in the hotel rooms while they're stalking with the method of method of audible activity and relevant positioning and light activity while they're pacing all around inside of the hotel using their positions as demon-possessed housekeepers who are engaging in the state's pattern of conduct, just like Jose and Sons is doing under the fake sun that's nowhere near Los Angeles. However, as I documented on this day and for the duration of my stay in Los Angeles, the entity kept the fake sun from rise until set. That was what was so profound about what the Los Angeles Police Department, the demon-possessed state actors, just like the demon-possessed San Bernardino Sheriff's Department and the demon-possessed San Bernardino County Fire Department are doing in Hesperia, where there's not possibly any sun at any time of day over Alvarado Gardens, contrary to what I captioned on this day, when sex offenders are group stalking in the path. Creating audible activity while I'm inside of a private space, which was my apartment in Alvarado Gardens, while they're using landscaping tools, just like you heard the demons engaging in landscaping outside of my hotel room, which was amplified in volume. And I'm referencing what you will hear on the podcast, okay, with regard to the great noise using just a weed whacker, and it's invading my hotel room, while notably a light source, which could not possibly be over Alvarado Gardens at 1800 North Alvarado Street in Los Angeles, like I'm capturing at 11:14. And I'm showing you, let me zoom down so you can see that light source. This is what I captured on July 15th. And the entity is maintaining the light source today, not only from 8 o'clock in the morning, but until right now, which is 3:34. And I'm going to show you that right now with regard to the light source that's remaining over me, exclusive with regard to the maintenance of a light source, and all activity is created in that specific environment for the criminal purpose of federal group stalking and monitoring, which is demonic activity. That's the state engaging in demonic activity while it's engaged in federal stalking. So I'm going to go ahead and show you that light source right now while the entity is incriminating CAL FIRE. You're looking at, while a light source is over Alvarado Gardens, as I documented on July 15th, there's no possible way that any sunlight's going to be appearing in the way that you see. Not only through closed blinds is it impossible, but it's also impossible because the light source that's remaining over Alvarado Gardens is not going to be in any position to create any sunlight, contrary to what I'm documenting every day on the building, in the parking lot, going to be seen through the window. Not only is it seen through the window, not only is this impossible light activity, but you've seen it on the walls, you've seen it above my head, and it is at 3:35 p.m. still remaining at this same location, where the state's engaging in criminal conduct for which Karina's going to federal prison, okay? And so is Jennifer, so is Marina, so is Jose, so is AJ, okay, so is Juliana. And this is the light source here, where the entity is concentrating a light source, which is not possibly the sun. This is not over Alvarado Gardens. And the documentation shows that Alvarado Gardens was the location of a light source that remained for the duration of the day. That was what was so spectacular about that environment, and that's why I documented it. You're looking at demons that are engaging in surveillance while they're driving on the streets all around. They're doing so while making money, profiting off of engaging in group stalking. They're all engaged in criminal summoning as well. And as you can see, 76 is engaged in what is relevant positioning. 76 is not a legitimate business. 76 is engaged in relevant positioning, and all the demons working and shopping at 76 are engaged in the elements of monitoring. They're also simultaneously engaged in criminal conduct with the state that exhibits demon possession while they use sirens and lights on emergency vehicles to engage in criminal activity, criminal surveillance. It is exactly what you saw the San Diego Police Department doing in San Diego County, while the incredible occurrence of what is the outright departure from the sun rising and setting while I'm living and working at Alvarado Gardens to being over me while I'm in San Diego, California, and the two could not possibly ever occur at the same time. Nonetheless, you saw criminal summoning up close and personal while the fake sun is directly over my head, and you saw demon possession underway by an entity that's group stalking together. San Diego police were engaged in a traffic stop using their lights. That's audible activity, light activity, relevant positioning by the state actor San Diego police, and they're group stalking with the people, and that's what they're doing in relevant position, while the amplified audible activity method is sirens. While they're engaged in federal stalking, that is demons who are fearful and also hostile, while they engage in elements of monitoring using sirens and lights, because they know what I'm publishing onto the internet about them. And while I document LAPD, while I document the group stalking at Alvarado Gardens, I'm documenting the state of California, in Hesperia, in San Diego, in Las Vegas, Nevada, which is the entire state. I'm documenting Monrovia police. I'm documenting every single aspect of the pattern of conduct that you've seen. So you're looking at what is light activity when you're walking under the fake sun, when you're opening and closing the door. This is what you saw Brian Suh doing while the fake sun remained over my bedroom window in the parking lot well until after 6 p.m. Brian Suh, a terrorist who's going to be deported, engaged in the same exact conduct, walking around his vehicle while the fake sun was directly over my bedroom window, creating light activity that moved all across the ground. That's a demon-possessed group stalker, and this is the same position of the fake sun while I stood in this parking lot this morning at 9 o'clock in the morning. And that's also how you know that that's a sex offender intending to monitor and keep a woman under surveillance inside of a private space. 7WYW555 is also going to federal prison because she's engaged in criminal summoning with the state. P.O.C. By the way, white people are stalking black people. This whole phenomenon regarding racism is an illusion. It's a lie by the devil regarding not regarding the reality of racism. But the false reality, the lie that you should under any circumstances feel as though you're less than anyone based on the color of your skin. And all the ways in which this system that Satan is using to oppress people, particularly those that belong to the Lord Jesus Christ, to make you feel as though you're less than that, and it's a lie. Well, white people are demon possessed, pacing around in a parking lot. Okay, let me be clear. The character of a person is shown through their criminal conduct that they engage in, the sexual violence that they practice, the lawlessness that they engage in, and it includes San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department, P.O.C. She's going to federal prison. She's accessing that vehicle, and San Bernardino Sheriff's Department is group stalking right behind this U-Haul truck. It's P.O.C., and so is the 76 gas station. They're going to be prosecuted civilly and criminally. San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department is engaged in group stalking, and they're hiding behind a U-Haul vehicle. But you heard them. I don't need to get video of those cowards that are group stalking. You saw them group stalking in this parking lot a couple weeks ago while the fake sun was over this same exact location over me, and the entity was engaging in pacing around in AAA, was driving right here in front of me, an impossible light activity, moving all around in the black asphalt. Those are the same demons that Jeremy Dean, that's a demon, a corrupt and a government actor who's going to be plucked out of the position that he is holding on behalf of Satan himself. That demon is going to be removed, and the demons that are group stalking, they're going to be federally prosecuted while the people of the state in 76 is engaged in criminal conduct with San Bernardino Sheriff's Department because their vehicle just crossed path, and the U-Haul vehicles that's engaged in surveillance, by the way, is the means whereby the entity is hiding behind. But they're on surveillance cameras of the 76 gas station. It is, by the way, as a matter of confirmation, 3:39 p.m. Again, it is the federal stalking that's inspiring the use of sirens. Oh, there's the state right there. Criminal summoning, crossing path by a demon wearing a badge, okay? San Bernardino Sheriff's Department. Under the fake sun, which, by the way, they were doing the same thing at 11 o'clock in the morning while I'm facing the 7-Eleven, and San Bernardino Sheriff's Department is engaged in surveillance, perfect alignment with the hallway window where the fake sun is over the window. This is a phenomenon. There would never be any sun at this hour, this duration of time. That's looking at the people of the state and the state group stalking, just like San Diego Police Department are on the record engaging in, and they're both demon possessed. That's what criminal surveillance looks like. When demons are masquerading as law enforcement agencies, they're exhibiting demon possession when they sound sirens, and they use those emergency vehicles to engage in criminal conduct, literally antithetical to the purpose of law enforcement agencies. That's called malice. These are the demons heavily documented, also engaged in kidnapping. I have so many deputies, badges, numbers, and documentation. They're going to federal prison. The San Bernardino Sheriff's Department is literally going to be deconstructed with all the demons who are going to federal prison. They're still engaged in state surveillance, and they are documented kidnappers, having no authority under the law. This is literally masquerading at exercising fictitious authority while stalking in the path under the fake sun. Not different from this demon that is group stalking with license plate 7WYW555. She's going to federal prison. She's pacing around, and so is San Bernardino Sheriff's Department under the fake sun that's at the same location it was at 9 o'clock in the morning. And again, while the third party that was group stalking in the parking space right here, and you saw it through the windshield of that vehicle, it's still at the same position. That's a demon bearing a badge. That's San Bernardino Sheriff's Department showing the world what demon possession looks like, what public corruption looks like. They're under the fake sun, and this is similar to what Miami-Dade police are under, which is in Miami, Florida, at 10 o'clock, 10:20 specifically. 3 hours ahead is California, 7:20. There's no light source that's ever moving. As you're looking at from 7 till what is 3 o'clock, it's after 3 o'clock, there's no movement of the light source. So Miami-Dade could not possibly be under the sun. Neither are the demons that are San Bernardino Sheriff's Department. This is showing what the entity is engaging in throughout this country, and it's demonic first. And it also provides context regarding the legality and illegality of what terrorist organizations masquerading as law enforcement agencies are practicing. And by the way, their presence in the path, they're not helping the people. They're showing that they're all demon possessed together. The entity does this because they want to take the pressure and the focus off of the people, and they're not. They're demons just like the people of the state, the third parties. That's direct and vicarious conduct is what you're witnessing under the same exact phenomenon. And this is never over Alvarado Gardens, where Jose and Sons are group stalking, engaging in a sex offense just like San Bernardino Sheriff's Department is right now. All right, and their presence in the path, they're not going anywhere. They engage in surveillance, stalking, parked on the sides of roads, waiting for the moment to engage in sounding sirens. And now they come out into view while I'm engaging in what is literally I'm doing a pretty horrible job. They're doing a pretty horrible job while I am clobbering them, in other words, to put it simply, with evidence of their demon possession. So they come out in plain view. You're looking at the plain evidence of relevant positioning, light activity with the people in traffic, with the people in relevant position, with Karina, who's in the hotel, under the light source that Karina was group stalking in under this morning, and it's still here at the same address. Okay, that's P.O.C. Criminal summoning is based on the specific environment, not demons who want to masquerade. Oh, we really gave a ticket. Oh, we were really here. Oh, we were really doing this. It's really evidence of criminal presence, and they're demonstrating demon possession while they do so. The entity is not controlling the narrative. The entity is being exposed, and demons fill the San Bernardino Sheriff's Department and the San Bernardino County Fire Department. And Jeremy Dean is one less demon that will hold a position with the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department, and also Shannon DICUS'S. This is the county sheriff over San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department. These are documented kidnappers and sex offenders keeping a woman under surveillance, and they are bearing badges. That's the basis of federal prison, and many are going to federal prison that are representing San Bernardino Sheriff's Department. Okay, San Bernardino Sheriff's Department has met the threshold, beyond the threshold for disbanding. Okay, it is currently, again, 3:43 p.m. This is P.O.C.